my lovelies, welcome to another crafting week, and I've got something that I've not made for quite a while for our Easy Makes Monday this week, and all you need is a few simple ingredients, you know what I mean, supplies. So I have a little thing here that I put small focal points in, whether they're from a kit or whether they're out of books, Edith Holden, that sort of thing. I've got a really old vintage tin that I keep scraps in. Some of my papered pattern scraps. I've got some scraps of fabric. So I find that cotton is quite nice to use for this. Quilting cotton. I've got some Moda fabric there. I've got some tie-dyed there. I've got some of Rachel's. Not got many pieces left now of her thick Italian fabric. I've got some eyelets. I've got my eyelet setter, and I've got some scraps of paper already out, and I've got a few focal points already out. So I did a video couple of weeks ago when I was doing different things with eyelets, where I was really putting eyelets in a journal through flowers to give a different look. Well, this is another one of those. What else can we use eyelets for in decoration? Nice, quick, easy journaling spot. Paper, fabric. Some of the fabric I will wrap round, that particular one I didn't. And a nice eyelet in there, and you've got yourself a lovely little tuck spot in there. So I thought we'd come along and make some, because I'd forgotten about it. I came across it in one of my journals that I write in and thought, oh yeah, I've not done those for ages. So I've got myself a few focal points out. I tend to use ones that have got, you know, sort of scraps of space of colour at the side, where you haven't got anything too detailed in the way. I couldn't think of my words then. So there are focal points. I've got this nice lady here, and let's start with her. Now I've got this bit of this is nice, this flowered fabric would go nicely, I think. So that will go nicely with her. And let's see, what sort of background do I want? You see, that's quite nice. That would go quite nicely, I think. See if we do it that way. We'll do it that way. So just cut that off. We're going to fold that around. I mean, you can put a dab of glue on if you want to. I'm going to fold this round first. I think I'll have it there. So fold it around my cutout spot. I'm then going to put that down there actually. I'm going to have that going over slightly more. Okay. And then that gives a nice little thing on the front, on the back. So I'm going with my largest eyelet. Sometimes you need your pokey tool. Mine's dropping to bits. Look, snap, bone folder on one end. It's snapped now. And sometimes you do need to cut some of the little strands out of the way when you're using fabric with eyelets. Okay, got my eyelets here. What shall we have? I've got a pink one. I've got a rose gold one, which I think could be nice. Yes. So I'm just going to set that. If you haven't got a crocodile, there are some other. I used to have like a grommet maker, where you used to hit it with a hammer, a pointed thing to make it work. But now I've got this. It's one of my favourites. This crocodile from We Are Memory Keepers. And there you have it. If you think it's going to just come up a little bit and the fabric's bothering you, I just put a little bit of Just put a little bit of Scotch glue on there just to hold that in place so it's not flapping about. And what you can do there, I'm just going to neaten that off a bit. You can add a dangle on there, or sometimes I just leave them as is as decoration. Right, next one. Now this is out of a book, I think. And I've got some book page here from some Edith Holden, because I think that this, just to show you that you can do it with book pages if you don't have anything else, I'm going to fold that in half that way. So just have a play with it, really. You know, you can put it in different directions, different sides. I think this side's a bit plain, so I think we'll have that there. And do we want a bit of this? I don't really want the end that's too blue. So what I'm going to do is, excuse me. Right, okay, so we'll have the blue side over there. I'm going to put that on top there. Now there's nothing to stop you putting more than 2 pieces in. Excuse me, some water. We could have a little snip of something else. What have I got here? I've got a bit of... oh, that's nice. So I'm going to layer it. Like so. And I like how that's looking on the other side. It's not layered at the back, but that's okay. They are a bit fiddly when you've got dodgy hands like me that can't grip it right. Excuse me. I'm going to hang that over the edge a bit, I think. It's better. Wish I hadn't folded this way now because it's too faffy. There we go. Right. So we've got that on there and we need to catch it. So we've got, you can use the smallest eyelet if you want to. But I'm using the larger one. I just find that easier to work with. And they're only size eyelets that I have. Yeah, and I think I'm going to put one of the larger ones. Now that's going over the edge. I can't do that then. This orange one. So there we have that. And it just gives a little bit of interest on the back. So if you're doing a little, you know, little bit of journaling, bit of writing on there. Let's get rid of all those. Right, this one. The other thing I've brought is that I love to use these edges from, oh, I like that side best. Edges of fabric, these numbers on to give you the colour coordination. I love that. I'm going to actually, I've got a bit of paper here. Got a bit of a scrap paper here. That's nice. So I'm going to put that number over there, like. See, you don't need to use much to just give it a little bit of a different look. We've just got that on that side. So I think, let me I'm going to do it that way. Okay. Just fiddle about with it till you're happy with where it is. No, I don't like that now. Yeah. Okay. You just have to hold on to it so you don't lose your place where your holes are situated. Let me poke your tool in there. There we go. See if we can get one of the deeper ones in here. I do like these deep ones as well. Sometimes you just have to manoeuvre the back just to get the threads out the way. There we go. And there we have that. Now, I like that. You can go afterwards and just do a bit of a tidy up with the trimming bits if you want to. Now with this one, obviously I'm going to put a bit of glue on that because you can tell it's got a mind of its own. You can do a bit of fraying on everything just so you can. Now this is probably a bit too thin, but my scraps, and I've just pulled out what I've got. Right, let's have a look at this one. Now the other thing I've got is, I don't know, you probably have seen them because the idea is Tim Holtz, and he sells packs with these little sewn edges on fabric, and so I've just made my own. Oh, nice. That looks nice on there, doesn't it? So actual fact, I'm going to put that on there, and do we want a bit of pattern out of that? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So I'm going to just I'm just going to trim this bottom edge up. I don't want that bit on. You've got threads all over. You can leave them on or not, depending on. Right, I'm going to cut this down a little bit. Won't pull, it's quite thick linen, so it won't. You can fray the edge a bit if you like. And I'm going to put that up there like that. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. And we had it down there. Do we want it up there? No. Do we want it? No. We'll have it here. I'm going to have that along there a little bit more. Okay. So you can see they do take a bit of fiddling, but I think it's well worth it. I'm just going to put a touch of glue on there. Try not to put it where you're going to stamp your hole if you can. That clogs your hole up on your eyelet. I'm going to take a thin snip of this off. I don't like all that white because we haven't got a white background. Okay. And I'm just going to put a smidgen of glue there as well, so that it's not flapping about. Okay, and I get my eyelet. Now you do need to catch both pieces, so I am going to go about there. That's great, that's more or less come out. Just trim your back off. Now what shall we have in here? Got a silver Tim Holtz one. Oh yes, I like that actually, so I didn't think I would. I'm going to have that one in. And of course you can mess about with this later. You can fray it more if you like, you know, just get the threads and give it a bit of a titivate and give it a bit more of a frayed look. Now if you wanted, you know, you can, I'm just using this for, I've got them straight out of my little container here, but you could back them in something a bit more substantial if you want. I haven't with these because it's cream paper. It's quite expensive. It's more expensive than the white, and I like the cream on it, but you know, if you want something a bit thicker, then back it first. What I'm going to do here, I think, is I'm going to just trim this up. I'm just going to take that edge off. I'm only going to use a little bit on there this time, and I'm going to put the most of it over that side so that it is a bit thicker. So we'll glue that on there. Now I've got this. This is lovely. I've used this in quilting. Just give it a bit of a fray. Just thought the colours would go nice with this, because we've got a lot of colour in these birds, haven't we? I think actually this is one of Rachel's birds. I think they're Australian. Okay, so we'll just put a bit of glue on there for that. Yes, I like that. Now, do I want a bit of extra? No. It's not... No, leave that. You're trying to do too much, Catherine. I want a bit of that on it. No, it's too thick. Okay then, so I'm going to stick with that. You need it where, so you can capture all your layers. And I quite like leaving some of the frayed bits. They sort of add to it, don't they? Okay then, so my bird is pink. I need to send for some more eyelets. I really don't think that I've got many left apart from orange and orange. Let's try a black Tim Holtz. Yes, I like that. Okay, so I'm just going to set that. How lovely that is on the back, look. That's going to be really pretty to write on. Just going to stick that down so that's not going to flap about, especially if you're putting it into a side pocket. Right, there we go. They're the ones I've got out for now. So just a nice, short, easy video for now. An easy makes, get rid of those. Easy Makes Monday. Let's have a look what we've done. They soon happen, don't they? So that was my original one. And then we've just done these. And I think they make, you know, from quite a plain piece of ephemera, really nice. I'm just trying to shove them up so you can see them. Really nice, just a little bit of extra interest. I've got this one as well. I nearly forgot that one. Let's right, I'll have to fiddle about for the photo in a bit. So we've soon made those, haven't we? And yeah, why don't you have a go and make something a bit different? And of course, because you've got the eyelets on, then you can put little dangles on any of them, or you can, you know, you can put a string of beads through, or all sorts of different charms and things that you can put on them, or not, because they still look very decorative in their own rights. So thanks so much for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'd be most appreciated. And yeah, we've got plenty of exciting paper crafting things to come up this week. So I'll see you then. Bye for now.